Monitor the operation of electrical, electronic and control systems. Technology of electrical materials. Electrical materials, like conductors, insulation materials, insulation class, hot spot temperatures and ampere. How this knowledge is applied to approvals for electrical specifications. IP rating, X rating, drip-proof construction. Here the section on cables, electrical cables, must be adequately addressed with candidates being advised on the different types of cables and how to read format. TPYC, PPC, etc. Conductors and insulators. An electrical conductor is defined as materials that allow electricity to flow through them easily. This property of conductors that allow them to conduct electricity is known conductivity. Whereas insulators are materials that hinder the free flow of electrons from one particle of the element to another. If we transfer some amount of charge to such an element at any point, the charge remains at the initial location and does not get distributed across the surface. Insulation class. The table for insulation classes are as follows. Creepage distance. The creepage distance for insulators is the shortest distance along the insulator surface between the metal parts at each end of the insulator. Creepage distance can also be referring as leakage distance for insulators. If the surface of the insulator is clean, smooth and well gauged, the dust particles tend to fall down. Cables and its types. The cable that is used for the transmission and distribution of electrical power is known as the electrical power cable. It is used for the transmission of high voltages in places where overhead lines are impractical to use. The power cable is made of three main components, namely, conductor, dielectric, and sheath. The conducting path for the current in the cable is provided by the conductor. The insulation or dielectric withstands the service voltage and isolates the live conductor with other objects. The sheath does not allow the moistures to enter and protects the cables from all external influences like chemical or electrochemical attack and fire. Ribbon electric cables. It consists of multiple insulated wires running parallel with one another and is used for transmission of multiple data simultaneously. For example, this is used to connect the CPU with the motherboard and are generally used for interconnection of networking devices. Shielded cables. It consists of one or two insulated wires which are covered by a woven braided shield, or aluminum mylar foil for better signal transmission and removing irregularities in the frequency of power and external interference in radio. These cables transmit high voltage electric current and are protected by a shield. Twisted pair cables. It has two or more insulated copper wires which are twisted with each other and are color-coded. These types of wires are usually used in telephone cables and the resistance to external interference can be measured by the number of wires. Coaxial cables. This consists of solid copper or steel conductor, plaited with copper which is enclosed in the metallic braid and metallic tape. This is entirely covered with an insulated protective outer jacket. These type of cables are used for computer networking and audio-video networking. Fiber optics cable. There are these types of cables which transport optical data signals from an attached light source to the receiving device. We are pretty much aware of what is an optical fiber and its uses in a wide variety of applications.